Welcome to our next lesson on design basic principles. As we studied before what is design, now we'll study about what is the principles in design. Today we are diving into the essential element that forms the backbone of every great design. Whether you're creating a poster, a website, or even a social media graphic, understanding this principle will take your design to the next level. There are 12 principles in design. So, design principles are like the building blocks of a house. They give us structure and order to your creation. By mastering these principles, you'll be able to create designs that are not only visually appealing but also effective in conveying your message. So, let's check it out. Which are the 12 principles? The first one is contrast. Contrast is like adding spice to your design. It makes elements stand out. Think of a black cat against a white background. It grabs your attention, right? Using contrast colors, fonts, or sizes helps create visual interest and hierarchy in your design. The next one is balance. Balance is finding the right mix of ingredients in a recipe. It creates harmony. There are two types of balance. One is symmetrical and the second one is asymmetrical. As you can see on the screen, symmetrical is like a mirror image. Everything is evenly distributed. S- Like just like this circles in this image. This create balance. These are equal and creates balance in the design. The next one is asymmetrical. Asymmetrical is more like a seesaw. Different elements have different weight, but still feel balanced. The circles are different in sizes, but still it gives a good look. It doesn't feel very different. Yeah, so this is balance. The next one is emphasis. Emphasis is like highlighting the most important part of your design. It helps guide the viewer's eye. Imagine you're reading a story with bold words for the important parts. That emphasis. You can use size, color, or placement to create emphasis in your design. Just like these examples, you can you can find out the important character in this examples, right? So this is emphasis. It create emphasis in your design. The next one is proportion. Proportion is all about size relationship. Imagine a tiny elephant next to a giant mouse. It looks very strange, right? Pro- Proportion helps make elements in your design feel balanced and natural relative to each other. You can see this looks very odd. Yeah, this elephant and ant looks very odd. It doesn't even make sense in your design. So proportion is very important in design. The next one, the next principle is hierarchy. Hierarchy is like organizing information in order of importance. It helps viewers navigate your design. Imagine a family tree with the most important person at the top. That's hierarchy. You can use size, color, or placement to create hierarchy in your design. The next one is repetition. Repetition is like a rhythm in music. It creates consistency. Think of a song with a catchy beat that repeats throughout. You can recognize it very quickly, right? So, using the same colors, fonts, or shape throughout your design helps create a cohesive look and feel. Just like this, these examples. They have used very similar designs, very similar lines, very similar shapes and colors. So it gives a very appealing look, right? So next one is rhythm. Rhythm is like the flow of a design. It guides the viewer's eye through your design. Think of a pattern that repeats in a predictable way, like waves crashing on the shore. Rhythm adds movement and energy to your design. The next up is pattern. Pattern is like a recurring thing. It adds visual interest. Imagine a wallpaper with repeating floral design. Yeah, it's so appealing, right? Patterns can be simple or complex and can create a sense of unity in your design. The next one is very important, white space. Very important part in every design. White space is like a breath of fresh air. It gives your day's design room to breathe. It's the empty space around and between the element, which is very important in every design. It keeps things balanced and gives a clean and neat look. White space helps reduce mess and makes your design feel clean and organized. So it is the very important principle in design. The next one is movement. Movement is like a journey through your design. It keeps things very interesting. Think of a part that leads your eye from one point to another. Just like this example, movement adds dynamism and engagement to your design. The next up is variety. Variety is like adding different flavors to a dish. It keeps things exciting. Using a mix of colors, shapes, and textures add visual interest and prevents your design from feeling dull or repetitive. Using multiple colors gives a very good look to your design. The next one is unity. Unity is like bringing all the pieces of puzzle together. It creates harmony. It's the feeling that everything in your design belongs together. So, unity is very important. Unity helps tie your design elements together and creates a cohesive overall look. So, here you have it, 12 essential design principles explained in very simple terms. By understanding and applying this principle, you'll be well equipped to create visually compelling and effective design. Remember to experiment, play, and have fun with your design. In our next lesson, we'll explore how to apply these principles in different design projects. So stay tuned. Until then, keep practicing and honing your design skills. Let's continue on this creative journey together. Thank you.